Okay class, today 17th of March, our second lesson. Yesterday we stopped at box plot. Let us go ahead. Let me take my pointer here. Okay, just to add some extra information, this horizontal line that you see my pointer now that connects the box with this highest value is called whisker. Okay, and the second thing I want you to note is now you see this 1.5, this constant 1.5. It is not always 1.5. Generally, you can say the formula is Q3 plus K times Q3 minus Q1, or K times interquartile range. It's mostly taken as 1.5, but sometimes it is also 1. It's taken as 1 as well. So in your examination, definitely they will mention if they want you to use 1.5 or 1. Like see if it is very clearly written here, different rules are sometimes used in the S1 examination. You will be told what rule to apply. Let's go ahead. Now, this is the exercise from your textbook. This is actually exercise 3B, not 4B. Question 2, page number is correct, page 37. Now, see the way we do in the classroom is I first ask you all to solve on your own and then we discuss. So let us try to do the same thing. I'll ask you to pause your video right here now and then you solve and then we'll discuss later. So pause the video now. Okay, so I think you must have tried to do it. Now let us check. See, definitely there is no outlier for the male turtles. I'll show you the working for the second part here. I have just done the working for the upper outlier. Q3 plus 1 times Q3 minus Q1. When you put the values the values are given definitely in the question. When you put it down in this formula, you get 420 grams. And you clearly see one data in our list which is greater than this range, 420. So definitely this is an outlier. And same is the case for 170. Now, look for part C. Again, I did the working here and you will see our range for this outlier is 760 grams. Okay, now if you look at the question, what is the largest size a male turtle can be without being an outlier? So definitely in our data, if there is any number less than or up to 760, definitely that will be taken as not being an outlier. So that is your answer for part C. Now let's go ahead. Again, exercise 3C, question 3, page 39 in your textbook. We'll do the same thing. You pause the video here, try to solve on your own. Okay, so I think you have done that. Let us go through this question. Now they want us to compare and contrast the mass of male and female turtles. Now when you look at this box plot, it's very obvious, and look at the scale as well. The masses, you can identify the lowest weight for the male, the median and all that. Now if you comment based on that, you will clearly see that male turtles have a higher median weight, obviously. For females have a lower. Second thing, male have a bigger range, the interquartile range. You see this gap here, this is called the interquartile range. Definitely this gap is bigger for male than this gap for female. Okay, the second point, it is more likely to be a female now. 330 grams, definitely more likely to be a female. Hardly any male turtle would weigh this little. You see the smallest value here is 300, and if you look at the lower quartile itself, and most of the data is towards 500, 600 this side. So obviously if you go for probability, 330 gram for a male will be very less likely. And now the third question, write down the size of the largest female turtle. Obviously, although it is an outlier, but there is a female turtle whose mass is 500 gram. Let's go ahead. Okay, this is the question. This question is from one of your past paper. I'll ask you to do the same thing. Pause the video here. Try to do it on your own, and then we'll discuss. Okay, let's continue. See, in a study, definitely you would, based on this data and based on the formula, you would have calculated the range. There's Q1, when you calculate the quartiles, we studied quartiles earlier in the class. And then definitely on the left side, because the lower the range goes to negative 2.5, there is definitely no outlier. On the upper side, we have the range is only 97.5, and we definitely have a number greater than that. Now, if you look at this is the marking scheme solution. Okay, if you look at the right side, there are two whiskers here. Not necessary. This does not mean that you have to draw two whiskers in exam. They're just trying to tell you that there are two possible correct answer. You either draw this or you draw this. Now, what is happening? Let me tell you. In the top whisker, this line here, they have stopped till 79. The actual, the data 77. Sorry, they stopped at 77. The actual data smaller than the outlier in our data. This is the outlier. The data which is smaller than outlier in our collection. Okay, what is happening here is now they're actually marking 97.5 that you got the range here. Anything, this mark is 97.5 to tell you that any data till 97.5 the whisker can go till there. However, I advise you to do this one, the top one, and that will be enough. Let's move on. Okay, we're coming to the end of our video. I don't want to make this video too long. Homework, or as Yusra said, classwork. Okay, just one question. Just do go to page 40, do question number 4, and definitely in the group I'll send you the worksheet. The homework you try to do as soon as possible. For the worksheet, I have written take 3 days. Try to do as soon as possible. Okay, all the best. The next video about skewness I'll send today itself. We'll try to finish as soon as possible. But at the same time, I don't want to give you too much stuff together. Okay, goodbye.